Oh yeah, let's show something. It's hot. Yeah, I mean it's hot and it's kind of like humid here, which I don't enjoy. It's the humidity part. Okay, can I? Will this fit? This doesn't quite fit. I bought. Oh, it's also upside down. I bought a color pour resin starter kit, and there's an example of an art. You can do an art with this, and there's like a wooden plaque and some sparklers and I don't know if I'll actually use these sparkly things, but yeah, the main thing here is the resin, right? This is the hardener, and this is the resin itself, and then there's some dyes here. There's opaque white, a blue, a light blue, and then a pink for dyeing the resin. And the main reason that I bought this was I want to create a water fixture, like a pool of water here, filling this up to around here, and this then becomes like a pool of water, and that'll be made out of resin. And then we're going to be doing some things to the resin itself after it dries to make it look frosty. And yeah, we'll be very close to done this guy. Finally. The resin was the last piece of the puzzle. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I've never done it before, so I need to experiment and try it out first. Mary Trunks, I feel sorry for Bacon working in a warehouse with no AC. Yeah, good lord. Lelo, it's hot. It's also very humid here too. Yeah, jeez. It's humid with no breeze. Yeah, I don't have the window open. Usually I have my window open, but I feel like it's gonna be even worse if I open up my window, so I'm not. Also, there's a gigantic spider outside my window, which I don't want to invite inside. I don't have a thing against spiders. They're cool. They can give you superpowers, but I don't really want to have it inside. Lelo, I had to mow my lawn and it felt like a swamp. Ugh. Do you know when it's really hot and humid and swampy? It feels like you're moving in slow motion. I hate that. Mojo, I really miss gaming. Bloodborne brought me back. I couldn't stop. And you're gonna keep going. Oh, Mary Trunks with the consumed beverage. Thank you for the consumed beverage. Today's beverage is swamp water. Speaking of swamp water, no, it's matcha. Lelo, that would be cool. Yeah, doing this. Let's crack this open. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this thing. Keep hydrated. Thank you for the reminder, Mary Trunks. Honestly, I really would just keep yapping away and not get any hydration. Let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Working life does that. Yep, life. Adulting. How does this come off? Say what? Oh, we need to. There we go. Yeah, this resin kit is intended for like beginners. It's like a starter resin kit. I don't really think if you are a resin expert that something like this would be very useful, and I think that in all likelihood you could probably buy these individual elements probably for cheaper, but this was what was readily available to me at my local store, so I figured let's just get it. It comes with some plastic rubber gloves, which I don't really need right now. It comes also with a tarp thing so that you don't make a mess, which makes me really scared that I'm gonna make a mess, because yeah, I feel like I could easily make a big mess. Let's just take out all of these things and take a quick look at it. I'm not going to do this now, but I will make a test Maybe we can do that at first. We can at least prepare our test subject, our test base before we move on to the actual big base. So Mojo, have you considered buying Stray at all? I'm thinking about getting that. I'm thinking about buying Stray. It just came out today, I think, or yesterday. So here we are. This is the container of resin, color pour resin, mix 1-to-1 ratio by volume, made in China. Danger, harmful if swallowed, harmful by skin absorption. Okay. Causes burns to eyes and skin. Okay. Getting scared now. Do not swallow, do not get in eyes, do not breathe in fumes, handle with care, keep out of the reach of children, wear rubber gloves and safety glasses, well ventilated area. Okay, well, good to know, good to know. I mean, it's the same applies to resin printing when you use a 3D printer. The best resin printers use resin, and yeah, the same applies. It's a toxic material. It smells to high heaven, but the results are really nice, and so yeah, that's all the same there. This is the hardener. So you mix a 1-to-1 proportion, and that's why they give you these measuring cups that have like a little partitioned. Yeah, they give you these little measuring cups so that you can keep the proper proportions. 1-to-1. And my understanding is that once you mix it together, you need to start pouring it immediately because it starts to set. It already begins to set the second these two elements are put together. But once I pour this in, I'm going to put a dab of this dye, this blue dye. And it says opaque here. I'm hoping if I put a small dab of it, it'll be more transparent. I want transparent blue for the ice. And yeah, then we'll do the pour. So that's the plan, hopefully. Is Stray PS5 exclusive? Nah, I'm pretty sure it's on the PC as well. Mojo, gonna buy PS Premium? How much is PS Premium? Is that the bare minimum required to get Stray for free? Because if that's the case, I wonder how much it is, because Stray is like $45 or something Canadian, I think, and so if it's less than that for premium, I'll just do that, and then I'll have Stray. Mojo, I'll probably stream Stray tomorrow. Okay, cool. Cool. I'll watch a bit of it. I'll watch a bit of your Stray play, which rhymes. Bars. But I probably won't watch too much of it because I do want to play it myself. Extra is the minimum. So how much is extra? PS Extra. And it's on stream $36.99. Yep. Wait for a price drop. Yeah, I mean, it's an indie game, so I can't imagine it being terribly long. And I also don't think it's going to have a lot of replay value. So, you know, it depends on how much you think it's worth buying right now because you love cats and you love cyberpunk and cats and cyberpunk at the same time. And yeah, if you can accept that it's that much for what's likely going to be a short game, then yeah. But if not, then yeah, just wait. $20 for indie game, yeah, I'm kind of like that too. For a lot of indie games, I wait for sales. I'll buy, like I bought Hades for about $20 or something like that. Funny thing is, indie games are probably the ones that need your help the most in terms of like buying a game at full price. But I try and support the devs in other ways. Like I'll buy, if I like their first indie game, for example, the first game from Concerned Ape, who made Stardew Valley. I got that on sale, I think. I'm actually not sure. But that's one of my top 5 games of all time now. So the next time he comes out with a game, I'll probably pay full price for it. So yeah, how much is PS Extra then? Is it less than the cost of Stray? That's what I want to know. Ba-ba. Mojo can give us a review of it. Mayor Trunks, $20 is on the high end. I'm spoiled with humble bundles and free Epic games. Yeah, and if that's the other thing too, is if you're not starving for games, if you're, you know what I mean, like if you've got so many games and you're kind of just sort of interested in a game, like a new indie game, then yeah, you probably don't need to buy it like brand new on launch day, just because you've got so many other things going for you. PS Extra is $17.99 a month or $114.99 for 12. Okay, so I literally could just buy 1 month of PS Extra and then get Stray for free, rather than paying the frickin'... Oh my god, glitter is everywhere. Holy shit. No. I was doing so good about not making a mess. Shit. This thing here with all of these little glitter packs, they're the packaging is so flimsy that when I took off the tape, it started to spread out everywhere. God damn it. I've been glittered. Oh no. Okay. Well, let's just throw out the extra. Glitter is fun. Damn it. So messy. Alright, let's put this aside somewhere. Ba-ba. Vanilla, I buy like a single triple game every 2 to 3 years or something like that. Wow. Yeah, maybe for me it's like one AAA game every year and sometimes none at all. Like some years I won't even buy a AAA game. But this year I bought Elden Ring, and that probably will be the only AAA game I buy this year. Probably. Artist guide. Okay, let's take a look at this artist guide. Still have to finish Rise of the Tomb Raider. Then play Shadows, AC Origins, and yeah, and then the backlog. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't even really think about the backlog, to be honest. It's just the backlog is the backlog. But yeah, you could probably, Mary Trunks, you could probably finish Rise of the Tomb Raider pretty soon, and then Shadow. I can't imagine those being terribly long. AC is probably going to take you a longer time. Vanilla, I prefer indies mostly. They're funnier and more original. I agree with that. I like that they can be really weird and out there, right? Like, and they also remind me of like older games from like the PS1 era or Super Nintendo, where they could be really, really out there and bizarre. And you're right, they can be funnier too. The last AAA game I bought was Cyberpunk, and I totally regret it. Yeah, the whole Cyberpunk situation. Is that game playable now? Like, is it in a better state? I think it is. I haven't really heard too much about it lately. Like, can you imagine, like, everyone was so hyped about Cyberpunk, and then it comes out, it's crap, and now no one talks about it at all. It's crazy. Mojo, I've bought about 4 to 5 AAA titles this year. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Like, in terms of like, I know that you buy a lot of the big AAA games and stuff. That's pretty good. But yeah, I'm more along the lines of vanilla, like once a year maybe. And yeah, there's so many games that I haven't even played yet, like frickin', what's it called? Ghost of Tsushima. Mary Trunks. I'm about 80% of Rise, so yeah, shouldn't take long. Don't like to rush games. I like to take time and explore. Yeah. I like to explore games too. I love just staring at walls and looking at the environments and stuff. I mean, someone had to take time to do all that. Someone had to take time to make all the jungles and the ruins. Vanilla, I mean, yeah, you can play it. But it's bad as hell. Some bugs are so stupid, it's infuriating. Yeah. That sucks. I just remember the initial reveal of that game, and they showed like or not the reveal, but when it actually came out, and then there was all these comparisons between like Grand Theft Auto and Cyberpunk, and it was like in Grand Theft Auto you can like cause a big ruckus in the public on the streets, and then the cops will come and chase you and people will run away. And I was like, then they would cut to Cyberpunk, and you would do the same thing, like fire your gun in the air, and then the AI would barely do anything. and then there was this comparison of the traffic, and it was like in Cyberpunk you would look at the traffic, and you could, if you tried to mess around, the cars would just like zoom off to nowhere, and it just didn't seem like a very interactable world. And then someone compared the AI traffic in Lego City Undercover, which is a game on the Wii U, and it's on everything else nowadays. But like Lego City Undercover had better car AI than frickin' Cyberpunk. Mary Chunks, exactly. I love just looking at the environment, looking for hidden treasures. Totally, dude. Yeah, man. GTA will never get old. I've completed 5% of GTA 5, yet I've played like 20 hours of it. Oh my god. I would definitely try and make more progress in this story than 5% after 20 hours, but I get it. Okay, let's take a quick look at this right now, folks. Prepare your space. Lay down a drop cloth and put on gloves. Prop up the wood panel using small cups to allow the resin to drip. Put equal parts of resin, part A and B, in each cup and mix slowly until the resin is clear. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be really messy. I'm going to have to figure something out so I don't make a big mess. I don't think I'll need the drop cloth, but maybe I can put this all in a basin or something. 2. Add resin colorant. Add small amounts of resin colorant to each cup and stir. Continue to add more colorant until the colored resin is completely opaque. Yeah, so I don't want it opaque, so I'm going to disregard that. Pour the resin. Pour each resin color into the wood panel in any desired order. Get creative. Yeah, this is if you want to create like this weird wavy black thing. I don't really want to do that. I just wanted the resin to make water. Use heat. Optional. Use the color pour resin heat gun. Oh, sold separately. To push the resin around and get rid of any bubbles. Oh, okay. Maybe I should have a dryer handy to do that. Like a hair dryer. Maybe that would work. Using the heat gun can create fun selling effects. What is a selling effect? Huh? Tilt the panel back and forth and spread the resin and manipulate the design. Add glitter. Sprinkle glitter into the finished design. Let the resin cure for 24 hours. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not going to do that, really. Maybe I will just to mess around, but let's see. Let's check the chat. Vanilla, I have almost 1,000 hours on GTA 5 Online. Oh my god. That's wild. Do you RP? Do you roleplay, Vanilla? Mary Trunks, I just like messing around and exploring. I guess that's also a negative of open world games. You get sidetracked very easily. That's the fun part. Yeah, I have to say that like Elden Ring is an open world game. And on paper, this idea of exploration is awesome. I like the idea of exploring and looking at stuff. But really, it's not that interesting, the world. At least to someone like me. Like, it looks like it would be really cool and interesting to explore, but I don't know, for some reason it's just kind of a drag to me, and I think it has to do with the amount of interactability within the world. When you compare something like Red Dead Redemption or GTA 5, it's like that's what's so fun is the interactions I was just talking about, messing around with the traffic and causing a hubbub, shooting the place up and seeing how the AI reacts. There's really nothing like that in Elden Ring because everything in the world is just so barren, and the only other thing in it are enemies. So the interaction is simply limited to just fighting and killing things, and and if there was more of a civilian populace, maybe if there was like actual towns and cities with people, and you could have something similar to the interactions I was talking about, maybe that would be more interesting to me. On the flip side, there's games like Breath of the Wild where that's another game which actually is very sparse. It's a very barren kind of world, and there are towns and stuff, but rather than having the interactions as you would in a game like GTA, the interactions are actually focused on how you mess around with the environment using your spells, gravitational spells, ice, wind, stuff like that, right? And there's a number of fascinating YouTube videos of people messing around with the world in that sense. And again, if you compare that to something like Elden Ring, it just seems so much more wanting for a more sophisticated kind of interaction other than simply running around the world, occasionally picking up items and fighting people. It's just not too interesting. Mm-mm. Vanilla, I just mess with friends on private servers. Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, the reason why I asked about role playing is that that's such a big thing, and I really don't understand it. Can someone explain to me GTA role playing? Because I tried to watch some some streamers do it, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't get it. Mojo, Elden Ring is a medical open world game. Mediocre. Ah, right, right, right. Yeah, it's for their first attempt, it's not bad. For the first attempt at making a medical a open world game, it wasn't bad, but it could be better. It could be better. And I want them to make another open world game in the hopes that they make a more interesting, interactable environment. But at the same time, I don't want them to only make open world games from now on. Okay, let's quickly read this, and then I'll catch up with the chat again. English instructions: measure, yes, yes, yes. Mix, combine in a mixing cup and mix for 2 full minutes, scraping the sides and bottom of the cup until swirls disappear. Mix slowly to prevent bubbles. Okay, this is all very good advice. Failure to mix thoroughly will result in soft or sticky spots. Okay. Slowly pour over your cup a section at a time, smoothing out with a stir stick and rotating the cup as you go. Okay, so as I pour, I have to rotate the cup. Bubbles. If there are any bubbles, use a heat gun to raise them to the surface. Hold heat gun 6 inches away from the surface and move it in sweeping motions. Heating one spot for too long will burn bubbles into the resin. Okay, shit. So that's something I feel like I'm gonna make a mistake here. I feel like this bubble thing is gonna cause some problems, and I don't have a heat gun, so I'm wondering if a hair dryer could do the same thing. Hopefully. 5. Cure. Once you have finished applying resin, it is recommended to pour a small pool of Resinoto wax paper, piece of scrap cardstock, so you can test the cure of the resin without touching your cup. Oh, okay, I understand. I've seen this on YouTube. Basically, you want to pour a small cast, if like whatever, of resin, just to use that thing as a measuring to see when your actual real thing is gonna properly cure. Allow to rotate on slow for at least 4 hours or until resin is slightly tacky and no longer fluid. It is safe to take the cup off of the tool after 4 hours. They're referring to the Resinoto thing. I don't know. Carefully loosen the grip while supporting the end of the cup. Push off the wire grips by pushing the lip off the cup. Avoid touching the resin until the resin has reached a hard cure. Additional layers. 2 layers are recommended for a smooth finish over glitter. 3+ may be required for chunkier glitter. For best results, sand the first layer after it is completely cured with a medium grit sandpaper to even out any uneven spots. Clean surface with rubbing alcohol prior to applying additional coats. Okay. Apply a second layer of resin to fill in scratches from sanding and to smooth out any depressions from the first layer. Repeat as needed. Okay. Face masks and gloves are recommended. Suitable for cold or warm food contact only. Cured pieces are not dishwasher, microwave, or conventional oven safe. Well, I'm not going to be eating off the thing I made, so that's fine. Working time 30 minutes, hard cure 24 hours. Do not heat resin for more than a few seconds at a time. Okay, well, all good advice, I guess. Try and keep that in mind and not mess up.